We have the Cowboys and the Dolphins. And guess what? Guess what? Tony Romo's back, guys. Tony Romo's back.
Yeah.
He's gonna save the season. He's gonna save it.
Guess what else? They won.
Yeah, he's gonna. It's one game. He's gonna save the whole season now.
Uh,
Tony Romo's back
the Cowboys aren't undefeated, but Tony Romo is. So,
with 2 games.
well, three.
Oh, my
Three.
bad. Whoa,
They won
whoa.
that game.
My bad.
3-0. If it was any other division, it would sound more ridiculous. But I mean, they're not that far behind, so they do have a tough call with the Patriots. I mean, the Panthers this week. But
Yeah, definitely.
outside of that, I just and as far as this game goes, he definitely looked pretty rusty at first, but he got kind of in the groove of it as things went. And I got to watch most of this game, and it was actually a pretty interesting game, even though it was low scoring. At least I thought it was, because they were kind of going back and forth, and it was just it held my interest, it really did, for two teams that I don't really have a whole hell of a lot invested in. Maybe it was just kind of cool to see it's like these two kind of two teams that are not quite what they once were. They're past their glory days.
Yeah.
It kind of seemed like
This
a
isn't.
classic
Are
battle.
you saying because this isn't like Aikman and
All right, it's not Marino. It's not the
Marino in
72.
there?
Not the
Yeah.
72 Dolphins. It's not Roger Staubach.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
didn't even
yeah,
think about that before, but that is kind of true.
uh, so successful teams kind of on the downslope, and teams that have met multiple times. Um, I believe maybe even in the Super Bowl back in the day. So, but yeah, it was a decent game, and the Cowboys came in the fourth quarter and really pulled it out and won the game, largely because of Romo.
Yeah.
So,
Um. You know, one thing with the Dolphins is I don't remember which week it was. It might have been all the way back since like week 6 or something like that when they hired their head coach and they bring Campbell in, and I said look out, they're going to be on a big tear. And the first 2 weeks they were, and they've been on a gradual downslope again.
yeah, the honeymoon's kind of over with Campbell, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I think this might have shown that um, problem is a little bit bigger than just a head coach change and everything.
Right.
Which I still kind of believe that Campbell's in there. I don't think this is going to be enough for him to lose his job. I think he's going to be back here next year again. But the biggest question is, there's a lot of talent on that team, and for nothing to produce. I mean, they're not. I'll go this far. They're not playing as bad as they were before, but they're also not winning games. So
Right.
is it these like situations where a lot of players say in interviews like that's just football. Sometimes that's just football. These games happen, which is true. You can't really explain it. Sometimes these games happen,
God
but
forbid someone have some personality, man. It's like, yeah, fucking sucks.
but at the same time, how many times can you use that? I was just like, oh man, we're right there, we're right there. But that's just the way football goes. It's like, no, I think at some point you gotta put your skill to the test and really pump out these games if you
At some
really
point, you
truly want to
start
be a good.
questioning the leadership, you know,
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah,
management. 'Cause I'm not questioning Ryan Tannehill so much because I think he's a pretty good quarterback.
I think he's on a down year. I think he's been on a down year all year, to be honest.
Yeah, he has been obviously, and they need a little bit more. You got Jarvis Landry. There's just there's a few pieces missing for the Dolphins to be a real threat to the Patriots. Of course, it's been that way for a long time now. So,
Yeah, since like the '80s probably.
well, since Marino left
Okay, early
and Brady
'90s.
arrived,
Yeah,
for sure. That was, and that's been about 15 years
yeah,
roughly.
definitely.
But yeah, they're not there yet. The Cowboys, you know, I don't. I'm not going to jump on this bandwagon and be like Super Bowl bound, but they're definitely making it interesting, I think. And if they beat Carolina, it's going to be real interesting.
If they beat Carolina, that might be one of the biggest upsets I'm going to see so far this season. To
Yeah.
be completely honest, here's the thing that I don't get about the Cowboys. You're dead last in the division, And I don't understand their division isn't really like necessarily a strong division by any means. But that being said, in my belief, it doesn't matter if they play Washington, the Giants, or Philly. That's not a guaranteed win by any means.
Oh
Even with
no,
Romo back, that's not a guaranteed win for Dallas. Like, so you can't just assume that you're going to take all these wins from the division and just skyrocket to the top. And what's even more bizarre is there's
I do
almost
think they're the most complete team there right now at this point. I really
really
do.
even over the
Yeah,
Giants.
I mean it's a toss up maybe between them, but just the way that I feel like they kind of have some mojo back with maybe it's psychological, but just with Romo back, they're kind of like they just seem like a team that's their confidence is back. You know,
Yeah, well, Dolphins' confidence came back when Campbell took over too, and look how long that lasted.
I think this is different.
It's a little different.
This is a quarterback, not a coach.
Okay, well then I'm gonna go on the two ends. Is for one, Cowboys fans. There's a lot of Cowboy fans that keep acting like they're still gonna go to the Super Bowl this year, despite their record. And it's like I would be ecstatic with Tony Romo coming back too, but let's just be completely honest. Tony Romo hasn't been known for making like crazy playoff appearances besides last year. You know,
That's what
Tony
I'm saying
Romo hasn't
though.
been known for like they keep acting like it's like the savior that it's like all right, Super Bowl is in the works again. Romo's not known for this kind of stuff. I don't know where this like weird illusion's coming from. You're still dead last in the division.
I
Like
tell
why
you
do you
what,
still think you're gonna make
if
the
they
Super Bowl?
beat Carolina on Thanksgiving Day, I'll let Cowboys fans.
Okay, yeah, I'll say that. You beat Carolina, but you're not making the Super Bowl. You may win a
Hey,
division.
make the playoffs. You never know, man. You never know.
You might make a wild card. I'll go that far.
They're only
But
2 games back from the division. I don't think any of these teams are making a wild card at this point. Could be wrong.
there's a lot of teams in the hunt for the wild card on the NFC side too, though.
Yeah.
And the other thing why I don't believe in the Cowboys, Cowboys making the wild card isn't extreme. Winning the division, I think, is a little too extreme. Look what's going on,
I really don't, man. They're only 2 games back.
man. Look at what their leadership has looked like the past few weeks with Romo being gone. Greg Hardy is fucking just doing whatever the hell he wants to do because apparently just no one can tell him that hey that's not allowed. And then this past week, Des Bryant was running his mouth off and freaking out on their PR guy in the locker room for absolutely
Yeah.
no reason. This is a team that sure they won their game, and I'm glad that Tony Romo is back, but man, Tony Romo isn't enough to save. I think everything that's going on in the locker room. That I think there's just too many egos clashing, and what's even once more is their head coach is doing nothing to stop it. If this was college football, any head coach in college, he would say you need to shut down, shut the fuck up, and you need to book up. And no one's doing this for Dallas. No one is telling these guys, shut up, shut your mouth, do your job. No one's saying this. And this is what needs to be done. This is probably one of the most like undisciplined teams I would say in the NFL right now. And if you have an undisciplined team, you're not gonna be winning any division.
I don't know, man. I think they can still win it despite all the shit you just said.
All right,
I really,
let's
I
make a
do.
bet on it.
This might be the first time we've so blatantly disagreed on
Yeah,
any.
let's make a bet on it right now.
We betting. What are we betting?
You know what we should do?
So,
Make our viewers we have the bet.
um,
Have us bet on something.
okay.
You're not comfortable with that? Is that what you're gonna say?
No, I was just gonna be like, what viewers? Oh man. Yeah.
Oh my god. You're killing me, man.
All right.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
If I'm right and Giants win the division, you have to go out there and get a Giants jersey and wear it for our next podcast. If you're right, I'll go and buy a Dallas jersey and I'll wear it. How about that? It doesn't have to be authentic. We don't have to pay like $100 or shit for the jersey. Like you just get like just or not even a jersey. Just get something
I
like
thought you were like, can I dig my little league Giants jersey out?
yes, yeah, or just get like a Giants memorabilia, and I'll get a Dallas one. Whoever's right. That'll be our bet.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, sounds good.
all right.
I like this.
I'm gonna cheat on each other.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna,
You got man, you gotta stop your fucking southern mumbling and speak up a little bit.
we're gonna, you know, like, click, what?
You gotta stop with your fucking.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt my feelings that bad if I had Odell Beckham or something or other.
You talking shit about Odell Beckham? He's a Louisiana
Well,
boy.
that's what I'm saying. It wouldn't hurt my feelings if I had like something related to Odell Beckham Jr. anyway. So it's not
Oh
like
no! All right,
not the
yeah.
first bet in the world. So,
It's truly not. And hey, Tony Romo's from Wisconsin, so it's not the worst bet in the world for me either.
I don't know. I wouldn't win anymore, despite the fact that I'm defending the Cowboys right now.
Oh
All
man.
right.
Alright. You know what? Oh, this is great. I fucking love it. So you know what? If you like this, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook. I'm gonna probably put on Twitter week to week the NFC East divisional standings so we can keep up with this and everything. So make sure to follow us on Twitter for that. Man, leave us a comment and give us some ideas of what kind of Giants and Cowboys memorabilia we can wear, depending on who loses this bet.
All right.
All right, sounds good.